What's good, future millionaires and current broke legends? It's your favorite financially cynical Gen Z back at it again, and today we're tackling a concept so fundamental, so absolutely crucial, yet so mind-numbingly ignored by 90% of the population, it makes me want to scream into a pillow. We're talking about the Grand Canyon-sized difference between buying cash-flowing assets and just flexing liabilities. Because let's be real, most of y'all out there, you're giving main character energy, but your bank account is giving struggle bus trying to make rent. The illusion of the flex, why you're still broke. Alright, let's start with the siren song, the sweet, deceptive whisper that keeps so many people financially enslaved, the flex. You know what I'm talking about. Instagram is practically built on it. That new iPhone every year. Flex. That leased BMW you can barely afford but looks good. Massive flex. That designer bag you bought on a payment plan just for the aesthetic. Maximum flex. We've been conditioned to believe that displaying wealth is wealth. That having the newest, shiniest, most expensive stuff somehow signals success. Newsflash, it signals a massive misunderstanding of how money actually works. See, when you buy something that depreciates faster than my attention span during a boomer's monologue, and it costs you money to maintain, insure, or just plain own, that, my friends, is a liability. It's an obligation. It's a fancy-looking hole in your pocket that just keeps getting bigger. You're not rich because you own a $100,000 car. You're likely just another pawn in the consumer game, paying off a loan for a rapidly declining asset, while the actual rich people are laughing all the way to their next dividend payout. Think about it. That luxury car. It loses value the second you drive it off the lot. Then you've got the gas, the premium insurance, the exorbitant maintenance costs. It's not making you money, it's actively sucking it out of your account every single month. Same with the designer drip. It's often bought on credit, it depreciates, and it requires constant upkeep to stay relevant. It's all about looking rich, not being rich. It's the difference between having a super high follower count and having actual, tangible net worth. One is vanity, the other is financial freedom. The silent drain, how liabilities bleed you dry. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how these flexes are actually financially debilitating. It's not just the sticker price, it's the opportunity cost, the interest, the depreciation, and the ongoing expenses that compound into a financial black hole. Take the example of Chad. Chad wants to impress, so he leases a $700 per month luxury sedan. He's also dropping $200 per month on designer clothes and $150 per month on bougie brunch and bottle service to maintain his brand. Total monthly drain, $1,050. Over 5 years, that's $63,000, poof, gone. Not invested, not generating anything, just gone to look good for people who probably don't even care about him. Now, imagine if Chad had invested that $1,050 every month for 5 years. Even at a modest 7% annual return, he'd have over $73,000. And that money would still be working for him, growing. Chad isn't just losing the money he spends, he's losing the potential growth of that money. That's the real financial tragedy. You're trading future wealth for present-day, fleeting validation. It's like setting your future self on fire to keep your current self warm for 5 minutes. And let's not forget credit card debt. Oh, the sweet, sweet irony of buying something to flex on a credit card only to pay 20% plus interest on it. That designer bag didn't cost $3,000, it cost $3,000 plus another $600 in interest over a few years, potentially more if you're only making minimum payments. You're essentially paying a stupid tax to look wealthy. No cap. The unsexy truth, cash-flowing assets, the real MVP. Alright, enough with the negativity, let's talk about the good stuff, cash-flowing assets. This is where the actual rich people operate. These are the things that put money into your pocket, regularly, without you having to trade your time for it constantly. They're not always glamorous, they often require a bit of work up front, but once they're set up, they're like little money printing machines. What are we talking about? Let's break it down. 1. Real estate *, not the house you live in, which is often a liability because it costs you money in property taxes, maintenance, and interest. I'm talking about rental properties. A duplex where you live in one unit and rent out the other. A commercial property. Vacation rentals. These generate rental income that covers the mortgage, expenses, and ideally, leaves you with a profit. And they often appreciate in value over time. Double win. 2. Dividend stocks and ETFs * companies that literally pay you to own their shares. It's not a lot initially, but it compounds beautifully. Imagine owning enough shares of a solid company that pays a 3 to 4% dividend yield, and every quarter, a nice chunk of change just lands in your brokerage account. That's passive income. You literally sleep, and money vibes into your account. Bet. 3. A profitable business * whether it's a small e-commerce store, a consulting gig, a digital product, or a service-based business, if it generates more revenue than it costs to run, and can operate without your constant, direct involvement, it's an asset. Think about building systems, delegating, and scaling. It's hard work, but the payoff can be immense. 4. Intellectual property * books, online courses, software, music, patents. You create it once, and it can generate royalties or sales for years, even decades. This is the ultimate leverage. Your brain power, turned into perpetual income. 5. High-yield savings accounts / CDs * okay, not exactly sexy, but they do generate interest income. Better than having your money sitting in a checking account making 0.01%, right? It's a starting point for cash flow, even if it's not going to make you rich overnight. These assets are like building blocks for your financial future. They don't just sit there, they work. They generate income, reduce your reliance on a single paycheck, and build true, undeniable wealth over time. The compound effect, how assets build generational wealth. Let's revisit our hypothetical friend, Chad, and introduce Brenda. Brenda is not about the flex. Brenda is about the bag. Instead of leasing a luxury car, Brenda buys a reliable used car outright, or finances a modest one, and invests that $700 per month saved from Chad's car lease into dividend-paying ETFs and a down payment fund for a duplex. Instead of bougie brunches, Brenda is learning about real estate investing and saving her money. After 3 years, Brenda has saved enough for a down payment on a duplex. She lives in one unit, rents out the other. The rent covers the mortgage, property taxes, and a little extra. That extra is cash flow. She's now living virtually rent-free, and getting paid, and her property is appreciating. She's also reinvesting her stock dividends. Fast forward 5 years. Chad is still leasing his luxury car, still paying $700 per month, and has zero equity. His net worth is negative because of his liabilities. Brenda, on the other hand, owns a property that's appreciated, has tenants paying her bills, has built up equity, and her investment portfolio has grown significantly from consistent contributions and dividend reinvestment. She might not look as rich as Chad on the gram, but she is rich. Her assets are doing the heavy lifting, giving her freedom, options, and security. This isn't about being deprived, it's about being strategic. It's about understanding that every dollar you spend on a liability is a dollar that cannot be used to buy an asset. And every dollar an asset generates can be reinvested to buy more assets. That, my friends, is the compound effect, the eighth wonder of the world, if you ask me. It's how you build generational wealth, not just a flashy aesthetic. The pivot, from flexor to financial phenom. So, you're sitting there, probably realizing you've been Chad-ng for a while. It's okay. The first step to fixing a problem is admitting you have one. Here's how you pivot from a liability flexor to a cash-flowing asset builder. 1. Audit your spending * seriously, track every dollar for a month. Identify your liabilities. Where is your money going that isn't putting money back into your pocket? Be brutal. That monthly subscription you don't use? Cancel it. That daily latte? Make it at home sometimes. 2. Cut the flex asterisk. I'm not saying live like a monk. But seriously evaluate what flexes are truly adding value to your life versus just giving you temporary dopamine hits. Can you buy a used car instead of a new one? Can you rent an apartment you can comfortably afford, even if it's not the dream spot yet? Delay gratification. Your future self will thank you. 3. Educate yourself asterisk. Learn about different asset classes. Real estate, stocks, starting a side hustle. The internet is literally brimming with free and low-cost information. YouTube, podcasts, books, no excuses. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's also money. 4. Start small, start now asterisk. Don't wait until you have thousands of dollars. Can you start a high-yield savings account with $100? Can you invest $50 into an S&P 500 ETF through a brokerage app? Can you offer a service on Fiverr for $50 a pop? Every little bit counts. The key is consistency. 5. Automate your asset building asterisk. Set up automatic transfers to your investment accounts, your down payment fund, your high-yield savings. Pay yourself first, before you even see that money. Make it non-negotiable. Look, nobody is going to hand you financial freedom on a silver platter. You have to build it, brick by boring, consistent, asset-generating brick. Stop trying to look rich and start actually being rich. The validation from your bank account and your financial independence is infinitely more satisfying than any fleeting social media flex. It's time to stop chasing likes and start chasing dividends. Your future self is depending on it. Now go forth and stack that cash flow. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more brutal truths, and tell me in the comments what asset you're trying to build first. Peace out. #finance #wealth #gensfinance